Picture this. You've just made a fantastic sale to a customer in Oklahoma. You're thrilled, right? Your business is growing and everything just feels like it's right on track. But, well, what if I told you that single exciting transaction could actually be the start of a massive legal headache? Could your very next sale in Oklahoma trigger a $500 daily fine? Or even land you with a misdemeanor charge? I know, it's a terrifying hypothetical, but for businesses operating without the proper legal authorization, it is a very real risk.
Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to guide you through this material today. Okay, let's dive right into this. We are going to completely demystify the Oklahoma sales tax registration process. Because honestly, securing a sales tax permit isn't just bureaucratic red tape. It is the absolute foundational step for legal and professional business operations in the state. Whether you're opening up a brick-and-mortar storefront in Tulsa or you're a remote e-commerce seller shipping goods across state lines, we're going to break down exactly what you need to do to protect your business and stay perfectly compliant.
Here's our roadmap for today. First, the sales tax mandate. Second, preparing your application. Third, the step-by-step guide. Fourth, cost and timelines. Fifth, overcoming challenges. And finally, staying compliant.
Okay, Section 1. The sales tax mandate, what it is and why you need it.
So, an Oklahoma sales tax permit is basically your legal authorization to collect sales tax on behalf of the state. But what actually triggers this requirement? It all boils down to a concept called nexus. Nexus simply means there's a sufficient legal connection between your business and Oklahoma. If you have it, you need a permit. And it's really crucial to understand that in today's digital age, both physical sellers and remote online sellers can easily cross this threshold. Let's look at exactly how you trigger Nexus, because it basically comes in two flavors: physical presence and economic presence. Think of a local coffee shop in Oklahoma City, or maybe a business storing inventory in a Tulsa warehouse. That's physical presence. Pretty straightforward. But what if you sell custom t-shirts online from your garage in Ohio? Well, if you ship $100,000 or more in taxable sales into Oklahoma within a single year, boom, you've just triggered economic presence. In both scenarios, the law requires you to step up and get that sales tax permit.
Section 2. Preparing your application, your pre-flight checklist.
Before you even think about opening a web browser, you need to get your ducks in a row. You might actually want to take a screenshot of this checklist. You'll need your social security number or your federal EIN. You need your exact legal business name and your entity type, like are you an LLC or a sole proprietorship. You'll also need your specific business start date in Oklahoma, your NIACS industry code, your estimated monthly sales, and your bank routing details so you can set up electronic tax payments. Having all of this ready to go saves you from timing out on the portal later.
Section 3. The step-by-step guide, navigating OKTAP.
The absolute easiest way to apply is through OTAP. That's the Oklahoma Taxpayer Access Point. It's a great little digital tool. Here is the chronological breakdown of how it works. First up, you'll create your secure logon using your email and set up two-factor authentication. Second, you select your permit type. This is usually a sales use tax permit for in-state businesses or a vendor use tax permit for remote sellers. Third, you input all those details from our pre-flight checklist. And hey, be highly accurate here, especially with your estimated sales, because that number dictates how often you'll have to file your taxes later on. Finally, step 4 is to securely pay the fee and submit your application.
Now, while the digital route is definitely preferred, it's not the only way. For those who can't register online, there is a paper alternative. You can download and fill out the Oklahoma Business Registration Application, often known as Packet A, and mail it directly to the Oklahoma Tax Commission. Just keep in mind, paper processing is significantly slower than filing online through OKTAP, so pack a little patience if you go this route. Moving right along, Section 4, costs, timelines, and expectations. Time and money. Get this, the baseline fee for an Oklahoma sales tax permit is just $20. Honestly, $20 is a remarkably small price to pay to secure your legal compliance and protect your whole business from some pretty hefty fines down the road.
Now, let's break down how those costs can vary just a little bit based on your specific scenario. While the base is $20, if you happen to have multiple physical locations, say 3 different boutiques across the state, each additional location costs an extra $10. Also, just a heads up on the payment processing fees, there's a $3.95 flat fee for Visa debit, or a 2.5% fee for other credit cards. And a really great tip for our remote sellers out there, if you're applying for a vendor use permit, that $20 fee might actually be waived entirely. As for the timeline, this is where applying online really shines. When you submit through OakTap, you generally receive your sales tax account number instantly. That's huge. It means you can begin your compliant sales tax collection immediately, without sitting around waiting. The official physical paper permit will arrive in your mailbox about 7 to 10 business days later, and remember, you are required to display that physical copy at your place of business.
Section 5. Overcoming common challenges. Potholes to avoid.
Okay, let's talk about a few bureaucratic potholes that frequently trip up new applicants. First, estimating your sales incorrectly. This leads the OTC to assign you the wrong filing frequency. Like they might make you file monthly when you really only need to file annually. Second, forgetting to look up your correct NAICS industry code beforehand. Third, and this is a really big one, remembering that the state tax rate is 4.5%, but local city and county taxes stack right on top of that. Always calculate based on the delivery destination. And finally, if you ever close your business or change your legal structure, you absolutely must formally surrender your permit, or you could be held liable for future unfiled returns.
Section 6. Staying compliant and legal. Keeping your permit. Getting your permit approved is really just step 1. Now you need to keep 2 major ongoing obligations in mind. First, your Oklahoma sales tax permit isn't valid forever. It expires every 3 years, and you have to renew it prior to expiration to keep your account active. Second, the state requires that your tax returns be filed electronically through OakTap. A fantastic best practice here is just setting up calendar reminders for your filing deadlines to ensure you never miss a beat. To truly understand why we're taking this so seriously today, just look at this stark reality straight from the Oklahoma statutes. Operating without a required sales tax permit is a misdemeanor. It is punishable by fines up to $500 per day of unauthorized operation, imprisonment for up to 60 days, or both. Plus, you'll be on the hook for back taxes, penalties, and interest. The stakes for noncompliance are incredibly high, and it's simply not worth the risk.
So what's the big takeaway here? Well, if you are making taxable sales in Oklahoma and you haven't started this process, you need to act right now. Head over to the Oklahoma Tax Commission's OKTAP portal today. Getting registered protects your business, it builds trust with your customers, and it gives you the peace of mind to focus on what you actually do best, which is growing your business.
Just a quick disclaimer before we wrap up. Please keep in mind that while this explainer provides a detailed blueprint based on current information, tax regulations do change. Always consult a qualified professional for advice on your specific situation. Proactive compliance isn't just about avoiding penalties. It really is the foundation of a thriving enterprise. So before you make your very next sale, are you absolutely certain you aren't already on the hook for a $500 a day fine? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and stay compliant.